Hi. The Indo-Pakistani War of 1971 was a conflict between India and Pakistan that took place in December 1971. This war lasted for 13 days and ended in the victory of India and the creation of Bangladesh. This war attracted a lot of attention from international community and even led to a standoff between USA and USSR. In this video, I will explain the diplomatic war between India and Pakistan and how other countries shaped this war. In March 1971, Pakistan Army launched Operation Searchlight to suppress East Pakistan independence movement. Pakistan unleashed a reign of terror and genocide that continued until the beginning of the conflict in December 1971. This substantially revised India's original objective of upholding democracy in Pakistan with a proactive diplomatic and military campaign for an independent Bangladesh. In its diplomatic outreach to the wider international community, India sent delegations to 70 countries, of which the 13 were at ministerial level. India's diplomatic overtures yielded a favorable outcome in relations with the USSR, as Soviet President Nikolai Podgorny conveyed his disapproval of Operation Searchlight and advocated for a peaceful settlement in East Pakistan in a letter addressed to President Yahya Khan on April 2, 1971. Despite this plea, Yahya Khan rejected the proposal. Subsequently, India and USSR signed the Indo-Soviet Treaty of Peace, Friendship and Cooperation on August 9, 1971. Soviet Union supported India by also supplying military equipment. Prime Minister of India Indira Gandhi visited the USA with the same purpose to muster support to stop genocides in East Pakistan. However, USA sided with Pakistan as Pakistan was serving as an intermediary between USA and Communist China and played a crucial role in fixing a meeting between President Nixon and Chairman Mao Zedong. Pakistan was aligned with the Central Treaty Organization, CENTO, and the Southeast Asia Treaty Organization, SEATO, during the Cold War. These alliances contributed to its geopolitical significance, and Arab nations were mindful of maintaining strategic relationships with Pakistan. Pakistan received economic assistance from some Arab nations, particularly Saudi Arabia. Financial aid was provided to help Pakistan cope with the economic challenges arising from the conflict and its aftermath. Iran particularly provided Pakistan with 12 helicopters and military equipment like artillery, ammunition, and spare parts. Iran also provided Pakistan with oil during the war at cheaper rates, according to a Foreign Relations of the United States document. India reached out to Israel during the 1971 war with Pakistan. The U.S. had extended its support to Islamabad, and despite that, Israel chose to answer India's call for help. Historian Srinath Raghavan wrote in his book that Israel was itself facing an arms shortage and was unable to directly supply arms to India. But Israeli Prime Minister Golda Meir rerouted a shipment intended for Iran to India with just one request: establish diplomatic ties in return for arms. After the war broke out, a resolution was put forward in UN Security Council for withdrawal of the armed forces of India and Pakistan from each other's territories and the deployment of UN observers. While the US, China, and 9 elected members of the UNSC supported the resolution, France and the UK abstained. Soviet vetoed the US's draft resolution because it did not address the need for a political settlement in East Pakistan. Poland voted against the resolution. On December 5th, the Soviet Union proposed a draft resolution that called for a political settlement in East Pakistan as a prerequisite for the cessation of hostilities. 12 council members abstained from this proposal, and China opposed it because this was an internal matter of Pakistan. The Soviet proposal was not adopted. A second draft resolution moved by the U.S. on December 5th was vetoed by the USSR, its second veto on successive days of the war, again on the ground that the proposal would not lead to a political settlement in East Pakistan. Outside UN, USA asked China to invade India to force India to sign a ceasefire in UN. However, China refused to do military intervention and only provided diplomatic support. There were doubts that USSR might attack China from the north if China attacked India. USA dispatched a 10-ship naval task force, the U.S. Task Force 74, from the 7th Fleet off South Vietnam into the Bay of Bengal. The task force was to be headed by USS Enterprise, at the time and still the largest aircraft carrier in the world. At the same time, UK dispatched its aircraft carrier HMS Eagle to the Arabian Sea. The main aim was to threaten India and stop its advances to Dhaka. India sought help from USSR. To counter this two-pronged British-American threat, Russia dispatched a nuclear-armed flotilla from Vladivostok. After USSR Navy reached in Bay of Bengal, both USA and UK withdrew their navy to avoid confrontation with USSR. The war concluded with the surrender of Pakistan soldiers in East Pakistan and signing of the Instrument of Surrender on December 16, 1971. The war lasted for just 13 days, but had far-reaching consequences, resulting in the creation of the independent nation of Bangladesh. Despite Pakistan having better diplomatic support, the war ended with victory of India. That's it for this video. I hope you liked it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. There will be more informative videos like this in the future, so stay tuned.